Okay, hello everyone. This is Elliott of the Swine Brothers show. I'm doing a second version of this. You might have noticed that the first version didn't have any sound. Well, the host of these hangouts is fucking incompetent. Um, Somebody should just do us all a favor and just shoot him because he has no idea what he's doing. No, in all seriousness, the Google starts these hangouts with the microphone muted. No earthly idea why it starts out with the microphone muted, but I forgot to unmute the microphone. And so I spent 7 minutes talking about my influences, and no one heard it. So I was going to just pretend like it didn't happen, but it already had 5 views. So what the fuck? Um, so yeah, sorry about my incompetence, people. This is why I need a producer. Someone save me. Anyway, influences. I had a question the other day about what my influences are and why I wanted to do the show. What what convinced me? What was the catalyst? Who was the mysterious person? What was the massive brain injury that convinced me that people would actually like to hear my voice and hear my opinion? Well, I don't remember any brain injury. Not saying it didn't happen. It's just I don't remember it. Probably from the massive trauma. But I've always been interested in talking, in description, in that sort of thing. I always have ever since I was a little kid, and I would listen to you know kart or IRL or NASCAR races on TV, and I always liked the commentators, the people who they talk about this for a living, and there are various people I liked. I was a big fan of Paul Page, Bob Jenkins, Bob Varsha, Mike Joy, Rick Benjamin especially. I love Rick Benjamin's voice, very kind of newscastery type of. I guess any sort of voice I liked, if it was voice acting or commentary or presenting or hosting a talk show. I always kind of put that away in my influences, and wow, I'd like to do something like that. I guess the shows that got me into doing a podcast were um at first it is true what I said that I got into I wanted to do this thanks to a guy from Mark from Blink 182's podcast when I was about 12 years old. So, give me a break, people. I was 12. He just seemed to have fun, and he seemed to interview some of his friends and play music, which, of course, I can't play music. And um, that really kind of interested me. Like, wow, he does this. Is this show? Uh, 4 shows really influenced me. I would say into actually wanting to do this. And these shows have nothing to do with the actual content of Swine, but I'm just saying, just in the general scheme of things. The shows would be Midweek Motorsport, Normandy Le Mans, John Hindhaugh, Tim Gray, Nick Damon, and Declan Brennan. I've always liked the way they do it. Very relaxed, very irreverent, very just guys sitting around talking about motorsport. Champ Podcast, the IndyCar and F1 show, and started as a Champ Car podcast with Jason and Jeff from Canada. The Mudbond Radio Show, which lasted from 2006 to 2008, which was JD and John from Alabama, later on joined by Tori from Australia. It was an interesting show. They talked about everything from like porn clips and strip clubs to, making fun of celebrities, just talking about their lives and things like that. I don't know. It was really interesting. Just I used to listen to those shows like a lot, and I wish I could find them again because they seem to be lost. Unfortunately, one of the great on the Great Lost. And the fourth, and maybe the most surprising is Car Talk. Tom and Ray Mayatsi. I used to listen to them all the time. Going to school, actually, I would I could get I could get through just about one episode, a bus ride, and just listening to them and listening to them laugh and talk about cars. It's like, wow, someday I want to do that. Other voice, I guess, performers, presenters, commentators, people who got paid to talk that I really liked were Steve Evans, late Steve Evans, Dave McClellan, Bob Fry, of course, of drag racing fame, Jello Biafra. I really liked his just the way he. I think I kind of modeled my the way I speak after sort of Jello, um, not consciously, but I would hear these people talk about these interviews. So what's the song about? This song's about like civilized man, dude, like, and then but Jello at my age would be like, well, this song's about blah, 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 and he would go into this spiel, and I was like, wow, that's fantastic. I want to be more like him and less like the people I grew up with. So his style has really kind of influenced me, and I'm pretty sure none of this shit comes out in my actual speaking voice. I'm sure I sound like uh, a moron who doesn't know what he's doing. Um, as far as like actual material that like actually made me want to like, wow, this guy thinks like I do. Charlie Brooker, George Clarkson, and or George Carlin and Jeremy Clarkson. Combine the two, George Clarkson. That would be kind of interesting. The three of them and their kind of misanthropic, offend as many people as possible, but not in a shocking like, hey, I'm gonna set someone on fire because it's fun. A more cerebral type thing. I guess that really, wow, these people are doing what I want to do. And that's, when I watch people like Charlie Brooker or Clarkson or listen to George Carlin, it was like, wow, these people are doing exactly what I want to do before I did it. So, not really any point, just answering a question someone asked. This is, those are basically the influences. There's a lot of them, and I guarantee none of it actually comes through in my actual speaking voice. Maybe it does. What do you think? Leave a comment, and we'll hopefully have another hangout with Jim or Scott tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure. Depending on how I feel. If you can't tell, I'm fucking tired. I'll see you later. Enjoy. Hope you enjoyed it. Die.